You're welcome to Poll Stream right here on Channels Television. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Anne Nwawadu.
And I'm Kayode Okikiolu. But we are still following the official announcement of results around the country 2 days after the governorship and state assembly elections. But just in case you're wondering what's at stake, well, let's bring you up to speed.
All right, so votes are being collated for governorship seats, state house assembly seats, chairmanship seats, and councillorship seats. And these candidates cut across the 91 registered political parties in Nigeria. So yes, it is a big deal.
And you can trust Channels Television to bring you up-to-the-minute coverage of the elections, which is what we're doing at the moment.
Yes,
this election will set the tone of governance in the country for the next 4 years. So be a part of Poll Stream. Tell us what you're looking forward to now that the elections are almost over.
So help us find your reactions by using the hashtag PollStream, hashtag The Verdict, hashtag 2019 elections. Do it on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. But remember that while sending those comments, please, pictures, videos, and comments, please don't forget to tell us your location. That helps us a lot, you know.
Definitely. And while you're at it, you can also follow Channels Television on all our social media platforms to get the latest updates from the elections and other stories you might be interested in.
Right.
Well, let's move on to some of the reactions that you sent in on social media. Well, we're focusing on Twitter at this point. And the first tweet we're taking is coming from @Oyewole Taiwo. And, well, he gives his thoughts on the 2019 elections. This is what he says. He says, consider what happened in Kwara, Oyo, Kano, Akwa Ibom, Ogun, Imo, and several other states. Voters are more intelligent and better informed. Votes actually count. The will of the people will always prevail. I like this part where he says, Nigeria will be great.
That is someone who has hope in Nigeria, who knows that very soon everything will be good. All right, this is from Obewe. It says, it's a contest that must have one winner. Dust yourself and move on. The winner is the leader of the people and not his political party. He ends by saying that governance should take center stage.
I think that's really important, because that's the big picture. Governance. It's not about
your political party. And I like the fact
party.
that he also says that there must be a winner. You know, Mark, we're discussing it with her yesterday, when you should realize that in any game, there has to be a winner and a loser.
So let's take it in good faith. Moving on to this next tweet from Presh_Tones, or Stones rather, says, the way I see some of the post-governorship elections and state of assembly celebration, they are not making it seem like it's a serious mandate and huge task ahead of them. God bless the verdict, 2019 elections. I think this is really important. He goes on to say, well, this next one is actually coming from INEC Nigeria.
INEC Nigeria has also taken to social media to make an announcement, and this is a combination of 2 tweets. It says, presentation of certificates of return to members-elect of the National Assembly on Thursday, 14th March 2019. All senators-elect are expected to be seated at 9:30 a.m. and members of the House of Representatives elect at 1:30 a.m. It also says note...
PM, actually.
Okay, PM, sorry. Yeah. It also says note to members elect as listed on the Commission's website are invited to the ceremony.
So this is sort of looking forward now that elections are, especially the National Assembly elections, INEC is saying, you know what, we're going to present certificates of return to these winners, if you can use that term. Well, in case you missed it, there are some of the governorship election results that have come in so far. We try to put them together for you. So we're going to run through them briefly. First up is Abia State, who Okezie Ikpeazu emerged the governor-elect from the PDP.
Yeah, and Akwa Ibom State has Udom Emmanuel, also from the PDP.
And moving on to Borno State, where we have Babagana Umaru, also from the PDP.
Cross River has Ben Ayade from the PDP also. Definitely.
Now, you can see this is alphabetically, so it's not in order of importance or what have you. Next up is Delta State, with Governor Ifeanyi Okowa succeeding in his re-election bid. He's from the PDP.
All right. Ebonyi State has David Umahi, also from the People's Democratic Party.
And let's move to next-door neighbors, Enugu, where Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of the PDP emerged as a winner of the election.
In Gombe State, we have Inuwa Yahaya.
And in Jigawa, Badaru Abubakar of the APC.
In Kaduna, it's Nasir El Rufai.
And let's go to Katsina, where we have Aminu Masari of the APC.
Kwara has Abdurrahman Abdurrazak of the APC also.
And here in Lagos, Babajide Sanwo-Olu of the APC.
Nasarawa has Abdullahi Sule, also of the All Progressives Congress.
Same as Niger State, where we have Abubakar Bello of the APC.
And Dapo Abiodun for Ogun State for the APC.
Oyo State, we have Sheyi Makinde of the PDP, and Zamfara Idris Shehu of the APC.
Or Borno State for APC.
Oh, that's
also.
a point of correction, actually. Borno is APC. Well, we have other results from some other states where elections, yeah, and you can see them on your screen right there.
It has Adamawa, Bauchi, Benue, Plateau, Sokoto. In those states, elections have been inconclusive. And in Rivers and Kano, it says elections suspended.
Okay, let's
so this means there will be by-elections and they will announce them later. Those dates will be announced by
Okay,
INEC.
So that's the correction. Borno State has Babagana Umaru of the APC. This is a correction. So there you have it. Borno State, Babagana Umaru of the APC. Well, the 2019 elections is nearing its end gradually, but not without flaws, as some have pointed out. And a lot of questions to be answered by those who have the responsibility of ensuring a smooth electioneering process. And one of them is the Nigeria Police Force.
That's right. So earlier on, we spoke with the AIG in charge of Zone 11, which covers Oyo, Osun, and Ondo State. He's Mr. Leye Oyebade. We spoke to him via Skype. We asked him about the security situation in those states.
Fake news and making it to look real. We are responding to it by making our own press release, reassuring members of the public that they are not correct. Because most of those information flying up and down in the social media, they are not the real position of things in the zone, especially in Oyo State, where we have one issue that is a bit sensitive that is still under investigation. As I speak with you, we have our police officers and our monitoring team on ground, patrolling all the campaigns of the zone, especially in Oyo State. And I can tell you for real that the security arrangement is intact. There's no riot anywhere. There are no killings anywhere. All those people that they are putting on the social media that are being killed, they are not correct, because we have confirmed that those people are alive, hale, and healthy. So I want to assure members of the public to discountenance all this fake news and make sure you go about your business without any intimidated. We have police officers on ground. We have our patrol teams on ground. If there are any distress calls, you can reach our control rooms, and we are on the ground to respond to distress calls. Election security arrangements on ground. The police have really made adequate decisions, sure that we curtail any unforeseen circumstance that might come after the results have been released. Prior to this, the Inspector General of Police have given the directives that police must be professional, and that is what we're trying to do. Our patrol are in all the flashpoints, maybe let me call it the flashpoints, and not only the flashpoints, in all the areas where we that there might be disturbances, because these flashpoints are not static. Like I always say, crime is dynamic. So we made adequate arrangement to ensure that there is adequate security after the election, not only before and during, even after the election. Members of the public that the security throughout the zone, from Oyo to Ondo to Osun State, have men who are in uniform, and even those that have been sent to these flashpoints, and we are assuring members of the public that we will be able to deal as speed where there are things that need to do security.
Well, that's the AIG in charge of some states in the southwest. We're talking about Kwara, Oyo, Kano, Akwa Ibom, Ogun.
No, it's actually Oyo,
Oyo,
and Ondo.
States, and beg your pardon. And he's talking about fake news, and we have preached against fake news lots of time on the program, even on Verdicts and on Whole Stream. We've talked a lot about it, and we have asked people to please avoid fake news as much as they can, because it has a way of causing lots of or inciting violence. Well,
now that we've taken the security perspective to this, how about we take a legal perspective to the elections? And we have joining us via Skype from Abuja, a senior lecturer at Department of Law and Bayes University, Dr. Sam Amadi. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you very much.
Now that elections are almost over, now we've looked across the state, and I'm sure you've been following some of the results you've seen, especially some states that ended up inconclusive, some were suspended. What is the legal framework that handles some of these results we've seen?
Well, for the inconclusive results, the first implication is that there will be rerun in affected areas, and then the results will perhaps become conclusive. But it raises possibility of those who fell in the royal election to challenge the description of inconclusion, basically because this process is full of adjudicatory procedure. That means at every time, either the state rec or the state zonal officer has to make a call, and those calls are adjudicatory, it's law-based. They're going to say whether they think that a particular ward or polling unit should be cancelled. So those decisions can be challenged. They can be challenged on the basis of legality, on the basis of reasonableness of decision-making, and the basis of rationality. So you could see the parties that lose the rerun election challenge the very definition of inconclusion with regards to the election.
All right.
So on the part of INEC, it has made a choice that those elections are not concluded, either because of violence and then those polling units were cancelled, or other external occurrence. But the bottom line here is that every decision made in this election must be such that it's made in line with the law, the electoral guideline, and done reasonably. Otherwise, they can be challenged.
Okay, Mr. Amadi, we'll talk about what is in line with the law when we return on this very short break. Please stay with us.